video. This is Santhu Sahu and you are watching Sahu's tutorial. So I told that I'll be conducting a rapid fire session, a quiz session for the upcoming UGC NET English Literature exam. Do join quickly and good evening everyone. I heartily welcome once again in this YouTube video. I hope that you're all well by the grace of Almighty. Do join quickly and please do let me know if I am audible clearly to everyone. Please do let me know and try to answer in the comment box. Here I am to begin the quiz session, rapid fire session. I'll be quickly covering 30 to 40 important quick fire session. Good evening, Subrangshu. Is everything okay, Subrangshu? Okay, let's begin the session. Don't want to waste your time here. Is everything okay? Just do let me know. Just confirm me. Am I audible clearly to everyone? Subrangshu? All is okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Good evening. The first question is in which work of okay. Chalo. In which work of Graham Greene do we find the character Whiskey Priest? Whiskey Priest appears in which work of Graham Greene? In which work of Graham Greene we find the character Whiskey Priest? And that work was published in the year 1940. Do answer. Whiskey Priest appears in giving some options here: the heart of the matter, the end of the affair, the power and the glory, the man within. Anybody keep answering? The famous character Whiskey Priest appears in Graham Greene's work, the heart of the matter, the end of the affair, and the power and the glory, the man within. What would be the right answer here? Let me tell you, it's the 1940 work. It's the 1940 work exactly. The power and the glory. Fantastic. Fantastic. The power. Subrangshu. Fantastic. It's the power and the glory. And this work was actually published in 1940. And the phrase was also coined by Graham Greene. This is a famous work. It tells the story of the renegade Roman Catholic Whiskey Priest. And this term was also coined by the novelist himself. Okay. Now tell me, kids regarded whom as the prime example of negative capability? Kids regarded whom as the prime example of negative capability? Keep answering. To whom kids regard as a prime example of negative capability? And you know that self-oblivion is known as negative capability. Self-oblivion is known as negative capability. Do answer. Very easy one here. Do like the session, share with your friends and enjoy this quiz session, rapid fire session. Keep answering very fast. And I hope you are all well by the grace of Almighty. I am here also fine. Keep answering. So you all know that it's a very easy question. Shakespeare is known as the prime example of negative capability. Subrangshu, are you there? Now the question number third. What was the posthumously published autobiographical novel by Irish author James Joyce? Tell me the posthumously published autobiographical novel by the Irish author James Joyce. Autobiographical novel by James Joyce. It was published posthumously. The famous work. Which one is this? Okay. Got it. Which one? It's Stephen Hero. It's Stephen Hero. Okay. It's Stephen Hero. Stephen Hero is the posthumously published autobiographical novel by James Joyce. Remember that. And now tell me, James Joyce Ulysses was published in which year? James Joyce Ulysses was published in which year? James Joyce Ulysses was published in which year? Exactly. Stephen Hero was the posthumously published work which is autobiographical. Exactly. Subramshu got it. Now here the next question is Ulysses was published in which year? Ulysses was published in which year? The famous work Ulysses was published in which year? 1922, 1924, 1923, 1925. And here in Ulysses, you have forgot everything, Subramshu. So here 1920 1922 is the right answer, isn't it? So you have forgot. I see that you have forgot everything. Okay, so 1922, the famous novel Ulysses was published in that year. Another famous work was published as well. That is the Wasteland was also published in 1922, isn't it? Chalo. The Lotus Eaters. Okay, the Lotus Eaters is a work by Tennyson. Okay, you all know that the Lotus Eaters typing. Okay, got it. Okay, the Lotus Eaters by Tennyson. Got it, Subramshu. The Lotus Eaters by Tennyson was inspired by his trip to Spain with his close friend. Who was his close friend? You all know that Lotus Eaters is a work by Tennyson and it was inspired by his trip to Spain with his close friend. Now you tell me who was his close friend. And I am giving a clue that here Tennyson has written that famous elegy on his death. Now tell the name of his friend with whom he was traveling to Spain that had inspired to write the Lotus Eaters. Arthur Henry Hallam. Exactly, Arthur Henry Hallam is the name of the friend, close friend. Exactly. Now tell me what is the other work by Tennyson that also deals with the death of his friend Arthur Henry Hallam. We all know that In Memoriam is a work published in 1850 that is an elegy, famous elegy on the death of Arthur Henry Hallam. And here another important work was also written by Lord Alfred Tennyson, and that work actually also dealing with the death of his friend Arthur Henry Hallam. What is that lesser known work by Tennyson where he is also speaking about the death of his friend Arthur Henry Hallam? And we are all very aware of the first work, that is In Memoriam, published in 1850. Now you tell me what is the other work that also deals with the death of his friend Arthur Henry Hallam. And let me tell you, the answer is Break, Break, Break. So remember that Break, Break, Break is another important work by Lord Alfred Tennyson that is also on the death of his friend Arthur Henry Hallam. Got it? Okay. How many parts are Break, Break? Exactly, Break, Break, Break. This is also a work that is dealing with the theme of the death of his friend Arthur Henry hello. Okay. In his theory of mimesis, so mimesis, Plato says that all art is mimetic by nature. So theory of mimesis was given by whom? Theory of mimesis was given by Plato. And Plato says that all art is mimetic by nature, and art is an imitation of life. To argue his case, he gives the example of what? He gives an example of cloud, chair, tree, river. Very, very important questions. Okay. So first question is that who gave the mimetic theory? Who gave the mimesis theory? It was Plato who gave the mimesis theory. And in order to present his mimetic theory, and he said that art is mimetic by nature, and art is an imitation of life. And in order to represent that mimetic nature of the art, he gave an example of a cloud, a chair, a tree, a river. He has drawn the example of what? Cloud, chair, then we have tree or river. It is actually, he has drawn the example of chair. Remember that, chair. So it was Plato was giving the example of chair in order to represent the mimetic nature of art. And he says that art is an imitation of life. Will you remember that? Will you all remember that? Not audible. Why not audible? Now clear? Now clear? Subramsu, now clear? Okay, now the next question is that so the life and opinions of Tristram Shandy, the lives and opinions of Tristram Shandy, and the full title is Gentleman, Life and Opinions of Tristram Shandy, Gentleman. And you tell me, in which volume does Tristram Shandy finally recount his birth? So here the protagonist is Tristram Shandy, the title or character. The life and opinions of Tristram Shandy, Gentleman. This is the full title of this work. Okay. Now my question is to everyone that in which volume does Tristram Shandy finally recount his birth? Your options are volume 3, volume 5, volume 8 and volume 9. 3, 5, 8, 9. In which volume Tristram Shandy finally does recount his birth? Famous, very, very important questions for UGC NET exam. Lawrence turns Tristram Shandy. Here. Okay, before that you tell me how many parts are there, how many volumes are available? Is it fourth? How many volumes are available? There are total 9 volumes. Is it? It has total 9 volumes. And in the volume 3, finally, okay, fourth volume, everyone is saying fourth volume. Okay. Yeah, total it has 9 volumes, exactly. The road not taken. The road not taken is a volume of a collection of poetry written by whom? The road not taken. Sorry, the road not taken is a poem. Sorry, the road not taken is a poem published in which volume of Robert Frost? The road not taken is a poem by Robert Frost. Even this poem is in CBSE syllabus of in class 9 as well. And this poem we have, I especially had studied during my university times, actually, when I was studying there. Even this poem was in CBSE class 9, in the standard class 9. Yeah. Published in, good evening, Saurabh. That is published in here, Mountain Interval. Yeah, exactly. The road not taken. It's the Mountain Interval. It's not Atlantic. It's not here. Mountain Interval. Published in 1916. Okay, the road not taken was published in 1916. Mountain Interval. Clear? What is the subtitle of? What is the subtitle of Dickens' Oliver Twist or the sorry? What is the subtitle of the Dickens' Oliver Twist? And I hope that, okay, in the upcoming days I will be conducting more classes in the form of quiz session, in the form of rapid fire session. Exactly, Saurabh. Fantastic. It's Paris Boys Progress. Fantastic. Dimpy also fantastic. Okay. Are you enjoying the quiz session, Dimpy, Saurabh, and everyone? I hope that, exactly, Subhranshu. I hope that in the upcoming days also I'll be starting like this. Okay. Based on Pilgrim Progress. Exactly. The title has been taken from the Pilgrim Progress. Exactly. Exactly. Hmm. Who gave the concept of tabula rasa? Okay. Who gave the concept of tabula rasa? Do like the session, share with your friends. Okay, okay. Hoping to make, exactly, John Locke. Fantastic, Dimpy. Now you please tell me in which work he has given the concept of tabula rasa. You know that the mind is like a blank slate. When a child is birth, when a child is born, the mind is like a blank slate. This is the concept of tabula rasa, and this was given by whom? John Locke. Now, that is in which work? What is the name of the work? Essay concerning human understanding. Very, very good. Hmm. Hmm. Very good. Now tell me the four very, very important questions for UGC NET English Literature exam. Four wheels of novel. Who are the four wheels of novel? Keep answering. Who are the four wheels of novel? No, I'm talking about four wheels of novel. It's play. Exactly. Who are known as four wheels of novel? Yeah, Stern was there. Stern was there. Stern was there. Four wheels of novel. Stern were there. Then we have also Samuel Richardson, Henry Fielding, and Tobias Smollett. Okay, Richardson was there, exactly. It's Sam. Hmm. Henry Fielding, Stern, Tobias Smollett, and Richardson. They were known as four wheels of novel. Write it down. Very important questions. Who were known as four wheels of novel? Question comes like that. Who is not a part of four wheels of novel? Like this. Okay. Question can come usually, even comes as who is not a part of four wheels of novel, or who is not known as four wheels of novel. Okay. Now, the Tristram Shandy, which is having 9 volumes, was inspired by Which work had influenced Lawrence Stern to write Tristram Shandy, having total 9 volumes. Exactly, fantastic, Subrams. It's Don Quixote. Don Quixote had heavily influenced Lawrence Stern to write that work, Tristram Shandy, which is and you know that Tristram Shandy is having a long non-linear plot. Okay, non-linear plot, non-linear plot. Very important thing. Hmm. Very good. बस बहुत हो चुका फ्रॉम दलित लिटरेचर. बस बहुत हो चुका is a poem, is a collection of poem written by whom? बस बहुत हो चुका is a collection of poem written by whom? And I'm giving a clue. He has written the famous Jhutan, published in 1997. बस बहुत हो चुका, सदियों का संताप अब और नहीं. Here you must remember that Om Prakash Valmiki. Exactly, Saurav. Fantastic. Om Prakash Valmiki's famous work is Jhutan, published in 1997. Along with that, Jhutan, he has also written Sadiyon Ka Santaap, Bas Bahut Ho Chuka, and here that is or Ab or Nahi. These are 4 works written by Om Prakash Valmiki. Okay, fantastic. Well done. Who was the first unofficial poet laureate? Who was the first Dimpy? Got it. Saurav, Subramsu, fantastic. Who was the first unofficial royal poet laureate? Very good, Subramsu. Well done, Saurabh too. I think you are enjoying these quiz sessions. Okay, like this. Okay, you can enrich your knowledge. Okay, without even knowing the or official. Please send the list of all the fathers. Okay. I do not know where I have put that actually. I'll have to find that. Exactly. Okay, we need after finding it. Okay, I'll be sending in the pet class, the pet group. Clear. Yeah, the unofficial was Ben Jonson, and here the official poet laureate was Dryden. Exactly. Now, who had recommended Dryden to become that poet laureate? The first official poet laureate. It was, yeah, Dryden was the official first poet laureate, and Ben Jonson was the unofficial first poet laureate. But it was Charles II who had recommended Dryden to become the poet laureate. Okay, it was Charles II. Got it? The Round Table is a collection of essays written by the Round Table is a collection of essays written by whom? Who wrote the Round Table, which is a collection of essays? Tell me. And I'll be also telling you that total number of essays and who has written. Tell me. The Round Table, very easy one. The Romantic Essayist. Here. Excellent. William Hazlitt. Fantastic, Dimpy. The Round Table. This work was published in 1817. Okay, 1817. The Round Table was published in 1817. Those who will watch definitely will be benefited by these videos. Okay. Yeah, Hazlitt along with Lee Hunt, they had collaboratively, in collaboration, they had written the round table. I'm telling you, those who are watching will definitely be benefited by my videos. Okay. Okay. Here, you must remember that I did down that Hazlitt had written total 40 essays, and Lee Hunt written total 12 essays. There are total 52 essays. In may say Hazlitt wrote 40 essays, whereas Lee Hunt had written 12 essays. And this round table was published in the year 1817. It was written in collaboration with Hazlitt and Lee Hunt. Got it? 40 and 12. Now tell me, this is a famous work here, famous question here. Allen Ginsberg, you all know the Beat Generation writer here, 1950s Beat Generation movement. In 1950s, there are also Angry Young movement. Writers are also available at that time. Angry Young movement, 1950s. And here Allen Ginsberg, who was associated with, that is the Beat Generation. Okay. So now tell me, the poem that was Howl, written by Allen Ginsberg, who is a key work of the Beat movement, was dedicated to whom? A famous question. This is very, very important questions for all of you. Allen Ginsberg's Howl, which is a key work of Beat movement, was dedicated to whom? Lucien Carr, Carl Solomon, Herbert Hanke, Jack Kerouac. Tell me now. This is a famous question. Fantastic. Well done. Cheers. Carl Solomon. Well done, Subhrangshu. It's Carl Solomon. Exactly. Something like mental. Okay. So you see Carl Solomon. Carl Solomon is the right answer actually. Very good here. Exactly. Fantastic. Very good. Now you tell me. Just a minute. Today only I discussed Toni Morrison. Okay. Toni Morrison I discussed today. So in which year Toni Morrison got the Nobel Prize? In which year Toni Morrison got the Nobel Prize? Tell me. 1993, 1994, 1995, 1996. Tell me the year when Toni Morrison got the Nobel Prize. Okay. And those who are watching, UGC NET English Literature Crash Course batch, registration is open. You can avail that. 1993, exactly. We have discussed Dimpy Excellent, 1993. Now, Dimpy, tell me, what is the debut novel by Toni Morrison? Saurabh also, 1993, excellent. Okay. Now, Dimpy, tell me, what is the debut novel written by the Afro-American writer Toni Morrison? Today we have discussed Toni Morrison, the Afro-American literature. I have also told that what is Afro-American literature? The African people who are living in America who were a pair of blue eyes. Is it? No. So the African people who are black in the bluest eyes, exactly, Dimpy. You remember that? Fantastic, Subram. So yeah, exactly, Subram. So as well, the bluest eyes is the debut novel published in which year? Published in 1970. Okay, exactly, Saurabh. Yeah, it's the bluest eye. Here you find that the famous character is Piccola. Okay, Piccola. You must remember that Piccola was actually described in the novel as ugly because of her mannerisms, because of her ugly skin, because of her dark skin. She was described as ugly, and for that reason she develops inferiority complex, and that's why she was trying to equate herself with whiteness. And here the title, the bluest eyes, that Piccola is desiring for. On the other hand, we have a character called Mactor, okay, Claudia Mactor, who is polar opposite to Piccola, because you will find that Mactor will destroy the white doll in the very beginning of the novel. She will destroy the that white doll. It's because of her hatred towards the white community, towards the child labor, towards the racial segregation. Okay, fantastics. Okay, chalo. Now you tell me, Legend of Good Women. Okay, is a work by whom? Very easy questions. You tell me. Legend of Good Women is a work by, and which other work of Chaucer had helped him to write this Legend of Good Women? Chaucer, exactly. Now my next question is, which work it's based on whom? Exactly. It is based on Troilus and Cressida. Yeah, exactly, Godot. You must know the story of Troy. Here, Troy. This is the story of Troilus and Cressida. It's a long poem by Chaucer as well, where Chaucer has described the women as fickle minded. Okay, because you know the story of Troilus and Cressida. Troilus and Cressida, they fell in love with each other, but at certain point in time, Cressida will fell in love with a new hero, that is Diomed. So here, Cressida fickleness is described in Troilus and Cressida. That's why Chaucer is now in his work, Legend of Good Women, is actually writing a palinode. It's a kind of palinode, writing or presenting the women as good, and he was trying to show some respect towards the women. So that's why it's a kind of palinode. And even you must remember that this is an incomplete work as well. This is an incomplete work. He was able to complete only the story of 9 legends. Okay, and also at that point, that in Legend of Good Women, for the first time here, he has used the heroic couplet. Okay, so in which work of Chaucer, for the first time, heroic couplet was used? It was the Legend of Good Women, where for the first time Chaucer has used palinode. Yeah, when the author is rejecting the previous view. Palinode is actually when the author is rejecting the previous views. Okay, in the Troilus and Cressida, women were being represented as bad, but here in Legend of Good Women, women are represented as good. So when the author is rejecting the earlier views, his own views, that is called a palinode. That's why Legend of Good Women is a palinode. And this work is also incomplete, and Chaucer was able to complete only the legend of 9 legends. That's even this work is actually an incomplete work, and heroic couplet for the first time was used in this work. Clear? Now you tell me, in which work so that is the for the first time Chaucer had used, that is Chaucer had used what? Ottava rima. In which work Chaucer for the first time has used ottava rima? Keep answering. Ottava rima was for the first time was used in tell me. Was it ottava rima? What was the Book of Duchess? You tell me. Book of Duchess by Chaucer was had used which Book of Duchess? No, just a minute. Book of Duchess. Do answer. Yeah, it's ottava rima. Book of Duchess. It's Book of Duchess. That is on the death of Blanche, the patron, John of Gaunt, the patron of Chaucer. Clear? Caleb Williams, a work by Caleb Williams is a work by Caleb Williams. You tell me. Caleb Williams is a work by Caleb Williams. The father of, I told you, even when I was discussing Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Okay. When I was discussing Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, I told that at that time. Caleb Williams, a famous work by the father of Mary Shelley. Who was the father of Mary Shelley? Who was the father of Mary Shelley? It's William Godwin. Mary Shelley's mother was Mary Wollstonecraft and father was whom? The father was William Godwin. Remember that, Godot, and everyone those who are watching. It's William Godwin's famous work is Caleb Williams, and its alternative title is Things as They Are. Remember that Caleb Williams is a work by William Godwin's father of Mary Shelley. Okay, and husband of Mary Wollstonecraft. Here, Caleb Williams, another title, alternative title is Things as They Are. Exactly. Now tell me, which poets are associated with Satanic school of poetry? Which poets are associated with Satanic school of poetry? Yeah, Godwin, right. Satanic school of poetry. Satanic school of poetry. Exactly. It's not Sadi actually. It's Shelley and Byron. Okay, Shelley and Byron. It's not Sadi, Saurabh. It's Shelley and Byron. Okay, Shelley and Byron. They are associated with Satanic school of poetry. Clear? Chalo. From literary theory, the critique as host. The critique as host is a work by whom? I am giving a clue. He was one of the American disciple of Derrida. I have given the clue here. The Critique as Host is a work by whom? The clue is that he was one of the disciples of Derrida's American disciple, the American followers or disciples. He was one of the disciples of Derrida. The Critique has Host. Famous work. It's J.H. Miller. Okay. Remember that Godud and Saurabh and those who are watching, it's J.H. Miller. J.H. Miller has written the Critique as Host. Okay, clear? And this work is actually a reply. It's a reply to whom? It's a reply to M.H. Abrams, the deconstructive angel. M.H. Abrams has written the deconstructive angel, and in response here, that is J.H. Miller has written the Critique as Host. And who were the American disciples of Derrida? Derrida, you all know, the deconstructionist. Derrida's American disciples were who? Do you remember? I have even taught many a time in my previous videos. It's Paul D. Mann, Geoffrey Hartman, J.H. Miller. They are the famous disciples of Derrida's American disciples. Okay, and that's why I told you that Critique as a Host. The Critique as Host is a famous work by J.H. Miller, and it was written in response to in response to Deconstructive Angel that was written by M.H. Abrams. You remember that? Study of science system is known as what? When you are studying science system, do like the sessions. Okay, when you are studying science system, that is known as what? When you are studying science system, that is known as what? Who are there? Study of sign or science system is known as what? It is semiotics. Okay, it is semiotics. Semiotic is the study of sign and the study of science system. Okay. Now, further in this asserts, course in general linguistics was published in which year? Yeah, exactly. It's semiotics. Fantastic, Saurav. It's semiotics. It's the study of science system. Now, easy one. बहुत easy one. चलो. Course in general linguistics. The work by Ferdinand de Saussure was published in which year? Yeah, semiotics. Okay. In which year? Course in general linguistics published. And in the upcoming days also, I'll be also making more videos like this. Okay. Rapid fire session will be there, because I don't have enough time to make PPTs like this. Okay, so I will prefer quiz session in the upcoming days. I will prefer rapid fire session in the upcoming days. And those who are interested can join this interactive session as well. 1916, exactly 1916. 1916. Very good. Spencer and stanza has how many lines? Spencer and stanza has how many lines? Spencer and stanza has how many lines? Will you please tell me? Spencer and stanza has how many lines? Spencer and stanza has how many lines? We have rhyme royal. We have Ottava rima or Ottava rhyme. Then we have Spencer and stanza. Rhyme royal has total 7 lines. Ottava rima has 8 lines. And Spencer and stanza has Spencer and stanza. It has 9 lines actually. 7, 8, 9. Okay. Rhyme royal has 7 lines. Ottava that is 8, and Spencer and stanza has 9 lines. Okay. ROS rhyme 7, Ottava 8, S 9. Spencer and stanza. Clear? Ottava rhyme real is ABABBCC. ABABBCC. This is the rhyming scheme of rhyme royal. ABABBCC. Ottava rima ABABABCC. ABABABCC. That is Ottava rima. Clear? And that is ABABBCBCC. Last one, Spencer and stanza. Clear? Clear? CC Jube is a character. CC Jube is a character. CC Jube is a famous character in which work of Dickens? CC Jube, the daughter of a circus owner. CC Jube, famous character here. CC Jube is a character. Do like the session, share with your friends as well, subscribe the channel. CC Jube, where Thomas Gradgrin also appear. Thomas Gradgrin, remember? Do you remember that Thomas Gradgrin, who only talks about facts? CC Jube. That is Hard Times. CC Jube is a character from Hard Times, where the important character called Thomas Gradgrin, which only thinks about facts. Okay, that is CC Jube appeared in Hard Times. Chalo. Psychology of the Unconscious is a work by. Psychology of the Unconscious is a work by. Psychology of the Unconscious is a work by which writer? Which archetypal critic has written the work Psychology of the Unconscious? Now tell me. Psychology of the Unconscious is a work by. Exactly. Carl Jung. Sweetie got it. Carl Jung has written Psychology of the Unconscious. Now you tell me, next question here. Medicine is my lawful wife and literature is my mistress. This famous speech was delivered by whom? Medicine is my lawful wife and literature is my medicine. Who made this famous statement? Kafka, Tolstoy, Chekhov, Albert Camus. Tell me. In the upcoming days also I will be conducting 1 hour quiz session, rapid fire session. Every day I'll be coming with like this. Be prepared for the quiz session and enrich your knowledge with South Tutorial English Literature. You must remember that this famous quotation was given by whom? This famous quotation was given by Anton Chekhov, the father of realism. Anton Chekhov had told that medicine is my lawful wife and literature is my mistress. You must remember, this famous quotation was given by whom? It's Anton Chekhov. Anton Chekhov. Chekhov, exactly. Now you tell me the term diaspora. The term diaspora was originally applied to the following ethnic group: Muslims, Jews, French Canadians, Hindus, or Maori. The term diaspora was originally applied to the following ethnic group: Jews, Muslims, Hindus, or Maoris. Diaspora originally applied to whom? During that World War II or one? World War II. Exactly, it's Jew. Diaspora, the immigration. Exactly. Originally, the diaspora term was associated with the Jews. Exactly, Saurabh. Fantastic, fantastic. Fantastic. Well done, Saurabh. The trial is a work by whom? It's not Morris. The trial is a work by whom? The trial, where Joseph K. is the protagonist. Joseph K. is the protagonist of this work, The Trial. Who wrote The Trial? Who wrote The Trial? Okay. It's like Kafka, Metamorphosis. Okay. The Trial is the story of Joseph K. Okay. Remember that. The Trial is the story of Joseph K. by Kafka. It's not Camus. It's Kafka. Okay. Remember that. And here he works in a bank. Joseph K. works in a bank. Okay. The trial. Yeah, Kafka. Exactly, got it. Joseph K. is the protagonist of this novel, where Joseph K. works in a bank. Okay, very good. Now, this famous question. Now, another famous question is here. The Australian poet, you are all aware of this famous poet called A.D. Howe. Okay, A.D. Howe. Chalo. A.D. Howe is best known for his elegies, for his satires, sonnets. इनमें से which one is not? The Australian poet A.D. Howe is best known for his elegies, satires, and sonnets. The Australian poet A.D. Howe is not known for his elegies, satires, and sonnets. Okay, repeat the question. A.D. Howe is not known for his elegies, satires, sonnets. The famous Australian poet A.D. Howe was famously known for his elegies and satires. He had not written any sonnet. Remember that elegies and satires are associated with A.D. Howe, and A.D. Howe is a famous Australian writer. Remember that A.D. Howe. You must know all the important works of A.D. Howe, Judith Wright, Patrick White. These are important writers from Australian literature. Okay. Now today I have discussed even in my previous video where I had discussed the important works of Toni Morrison. Now you tell me, in that video I have discussed the fictional town, the fictional setting. You will find in many of his novels, in many of her novels actually, in many of her novels, we find the depiction of that fictional setting. Which one spelling you are talking about? A.D. Hope. A.D.Hope. Okay. Ontario, Quebec, Ohio, Montreal. The fictional setting. The fictional setting of Alice Munro. Sorry, the fictional setting of Toni Morrison. Exactly. Fantastic Sorrow. It's Ohio. Very, very, very good. So Toni Morrison's famous novels are actually, all of his novels or most of the novels are in the setting called the fictional setting, that is Ohio. And Alice Munro's works are actually most famous for depicting which fictional setting? Alice Munro. You tell me, Alice Munro's works are famous for the depiction of which fictional setting? So Toni Morrison, that is Ohio. And here, okay, giving options again: Quebec, Ontario, Montreal, Vancouver. Quebec, Ontario, Montreal, Vancouver. Which one? Alice Munro. Alice Munro's work. Exactly. Fantastic Sorrow. It's Ontario. So remember that. Toni Morrison's the fictionalized country is Ohio. Alice Munro is Ontario. Ontario. It's not Montreal, it's Ontario. Remember that board, okay? Ontario. Clear? Okay. With this last question, I'll be ending this quiz session here. 1 hour session. Here is the last question. Okay. Here is the last question. Who wrote the history of Australian literature in 1961? Who wrote the history of Australian literature in 1961? Randolph Stowe, H.M. Green, Handel Richardson, Francis Adam. The History of Australian Literature, published in 1961. Randolph Stowe, H.M. Green, Handel Richardson, Francis Adam. Who is the author? H.M. Green. Very, very good, Saurav. Excellent. Excellent. Very good. The History of Australian Literature, 1961. It was actually written by H.M. Green. Thank you. Okay, let me give you another questions. Okay, another questions. Okay, famous important questions by here. That is the famous writer from Canada here. In one of her novels, last question. Okay, last question. In one of her novels, Margaret Atwood demonstrated the potentiality of cannibalistic nature of human relationship. Which novel was that?